you are really for the challenge. If truly you are ready for this challenge, take this step. Follow me. Let me add up these things, because what we have here already is 21. Adding it this one, exponential, 50, making this one 12. I'm adding another one, 50 this time, 50, changing the color to this, all right, this is what we have here. We'll have, let me change one of the color to be something like, because I like to see flashy colors that will help me to identify them. All right, for those of you who have watched the other video and are asking how do I make use of this in my Android version, follow these instructions now and right away. The best way to do that is for you to add your stochastic oscillator, but there is something you need to do when adding that. There's something you need to do. Make this one 0 and the windows, the levels are like this. The levels are as follows. Please add up these things like this, add them up like this. Look at it. So look at what you have in the window one. You only have lines at the very present time. You only have lines. Then go back to it. Look for this average directional movement. Use 14. You remember the other one is 14. Then one thing you can do, you can add white, add red, any color of your choice. I'm not selecting colors for you. Any color that can help you to see it visibly. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Are you seeing it? Can you see it? Then there is something that may confuse you in this place. Then for you to do that, add moving average. You can add 3. Add moving average 3 in this place. Add moving average 3. Since we have used that color already, the color may be 2 in that place. Are you seeing it? So the color may confuse you. So for that reason, change the color to any other color of your choice to help you identify it accurately. Now watch this. Watch this. This is exponential. Here is exponential, and all the moving averages will be all the moving average we have on the main chart. They are all exponential. Now watch this. I want to add up something else for you to be sure, for you not to make mistake, because you'll be practicing this as we'll be announcing the date for the challenge. Watch this. I'm about to show you now. One thing I don't like to drop things like this is because of the level of mindset and mentality people are having. So sometimes people rely on indicators. People rely on indicators when they don't have the right knowledge. It's very, very bad. So if you don't have the right knowledge and you are relying on indicators, you may think that the strategies we're giving is not working. Look at this is RSI. What I just added is 20, 80, 50, 90, and the 10. Do you see that? Now, this is one thing I love to do. This is one thing I love to do. No, this thing have to stay on its own. If you miss it there, it will confuse you the more. If you miss it there, it will confuse you the more. But that is something you can do. Let me show you. I know why I'm doing this. You can also remove these things here and use the other one. See, if you are to leave it like this, if you don't like to see too many too many things in your distance, you can also use this thing. You can also use it to confirm something. But because of maybe the level people are operating, I have to put it in a different way so that to help you to fish out those things. But for me, let me say this for those who can understand it more clearer. You know of a truth that anytime the RSI is crossing the 50, it shows a sign that it have crossed, um, it has stepped into the lower part of the market, which means it's showing a sign of the downtrend, or this one is showing the sign of uptrend. So if you are trading with boom as we have here, and let's say that you are trading with crash, look at one thing here. As this thing has crossed to this area, all those things, look at here, all those as it has crossed to this area, going to this place. The day I will show you this account, it's just a small account. I am building it. I deposited either $10 or thereabout. It should be that $10. So I will show you what this thing is saying. All right, so you know that if you have something like this now, and some of you are afraid on how to take trade in this matter, I don't want to confuse you. That's why I must remove the RSI from this place. But for clarity, that is why I want to remove it. But for those who are matured enough to handle it, that is why I'm just talking about this one in this very place. Now, in this state now, some people are confused. They don't know what to do. They don't know whether to enter for spike, or they don't know whether to enter to catch to do scalping, like seeing it. They don't know if it will cross and go over to this place. Now watch this. This blue line you are seeing below here, that blue line represents RSI. And I told us that if this blue line crosses 50, the relative strength index responds mostly when they have this agreement. So if this line should cross this 50 and come up like this, then you watch this line below here that has stepped over the 20 levels. Then before that, it must have broken out from this one. You take 10 to 5 candles, you are out of the market. Once you see this thing cross like this and step out here, you can use this very line below here, this very line at the center, this RSI, to see the crossing. Once you see it cross and you check the other side that it has something in store, it gives you more accurate and more confident distance for you to trade. But there is something you need to know. It's a simple secret. Listen, watching this here, this is 5 minutes time frame. Do you see that there is no agreement between what you are seeing here and the 5 minutes time frame? Because as this market will touch to this place, it has the ability to pull down to this place, because one, all of these things have not rested in this place. They have not stepped into the 20 to 10 levels. Let me not confuse you. Let me remove this and keep it in a separate place. I don't want to confuse you. Let me remove it so that I'll keep it in a separate place. All right. Look at what I'm going to do. Please, I have removed it. Look at it. It's no longer there. Do you see what I did? Did you see what I showed you now? Have you seen a spike here now? No, please. Did you see? Have you seen a spike now? A few minutes ago, this thing was going like this. And I told you that some of you that want to do Skyping, that they never known that if you have not watched your 5 minutes time frame, you will not notice that there is an agreement that what the structure of the market movement in your 1 minute time frame and the 5 minutes time frame are not responding. They are not they are not working together. So trading to do your Skyping in that matter, in that case, will be disastrous. So it's not advisable. So that is why you should be very, 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 very careful. when trading. So that somebody like me, like as I give you this thing asking you to trade, you must be careful, because I will never give you something that will destroy you. Instead, I will give you something and try as much as I can to explain. That is why most of my videos are too lengthy and people are complaining, and I don't know how to just place trade, show you that the strategy works, then go my way without giving you the background. So had it been that you entered here, this is what will have happened. And it will surprise you that as you get to this place again, it will drop, it will keep dropping until this market will come to this point and start retracing. This is why you should be very, very careful. And let me show you why this market is dropping. Is because a candle opened on a bearish movement. So this candle is dropping. So this candle is trying to see if it will pull down to this place. So the question is, should I place my trade on scalping? On catching spike, the answer is yes, it can. You can. So, but don't place the trade with the hope that it will stay for too long, because it's possible for it to go to this place. So if you don't have enough capital, stay off. But if you have a capital that can carry it, please enter your trade from there to. You can ask me, why don't you enter now? No, I don't want to enter now because one, what I have here is a small account. Not that I cannot trade here now, but I am making a video, so I have to concentrate and do the video. By the way, if I told you how much I use from here to raise this very $18, you will not believe me. So, and you know my type, I don't want to live all my life convincing you, because we are not in a competition. So I don't want to spend all my life trying to convince you that I can do this thing, because we have so many people who will come up to push you to, not that they can do it, but they just want to push you. So I'm not into that. Nobody sent me here, so you can't force me or push me. So follow this simple instruction. Look at what next I'm going to do now. I'll be adding that RSI so that you will not make series of mistakes. All right, this is RSI. You can keep it separate. Now I go back again. I add Vigo, relative Vigo index 14. Look at what is jam-packed in this place. Wait, I'm coming. Look at what is jam-packed in this place. Now I will take this very one here. Now I'll take this very one to add into this place. Please be careful. I will take this one and add it to this place. For someone who asks me, how do we add those things, please watch how I am adding it now. What I'll do is to remove this one. As I've removed this one, I can also remove it from this place too. If you hold it like this, it will go off. And somebody asked me a question, I believe you watched this video. Somebody asked me, how do I bring my distance back? Now, if you hold just as if that you hold something like this, you hold it still. If you hold it without, if you hold it, are you seeing what I'm doing? So if you hold it, the lines will be shifting from one direction to another. Are you seeing it? Are you see what I'm showing you? So that is how simple it can be. Now look at what I'm going to do. Follow me. The first thing you need to add is relative strength index. I am adding relative strength index. Look at it. So the dot inside, I don't need it. I have to make it to be the dot inside. I don't need it. So I have to do something about it. So I have something else I want to drop here. So you add something like this. I will touch in that place. I open that, touch in the F plus below the relative strength index. Then I'll touch the Vigo and I'll add to it. What is happening? All right, follow this simple instruction. Follow this simple instruction. This is what I want to add. Sorry. This is what I want to add. So, remember the last this thing we had. Remember it? Remember the last strategy that I dropped on the Android version of it? Remember it? So now watch this very thing. This is one of the strategies we shall be using, and other ones, subsequent ones I will be dropping. Now follow this. In a case like this, the most important thing we want to know and do is for us to be sure that what we have can feed us. Now I will remove this. You can use this too. You can use this too. Now, how do we do this? Remember what I told you about this very strategy we have below here? And as something like this occurred, check how many candles that you have seen here. But why I always encourage people to be careful, and not just careful, to be extremely careful, is because if you don't really understand the structures of the market, you will enter a candle that will be a bearish at the end of the day. You enter it as a bullish movement. Like what you are seeing going on here now. This market can pull back to this place. Why I ask you to add this one is for you to see when the candles are changing shape, because the strength of the candle will be identified in the place, even though we'll have fake signals. So if you are to trade, if you don't have capital, please don't trade anything like this. Always wait for when the market is making a positive reversal that you can trade, because why most people lose their trade is that they expect to see things go up and finally the thing is reversing back. So don't make that mistake. So once you see a cross like this, a total cross like this in the market, then look into what we have here below. Look into what we have here below. But there is one thing you can do that can help you. There is something you can do that can help you. As we have this tie here, you can kindly silence this one. Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. What do you see? As this thing touched together, what happened? Can you see something? As both of them touch together, what happened? Look at below here. So you can use this thing to fish out simple signals. Look at them. Look at them. Can you see it? It can help you. So once things goes down like this, you run away. But once it goes up like this, you take profit. You enter your trade. Can you see that? Can you see to that? Let's backtest and show you. Can you see to that? Can you see to that? Look at them. Look at them. So you use the moving average to represent the extra wider in the ADX. Look at it. Okay, so you have to apply both this one and this one for you to have accurate indicators, accurate signals. To see that, so your entry point should be, check your 1 hour time frame, follow it squarely, then end up your 1 minute time frame for you to trade. Because if you don't check those things, you can come back to 1 minute time frame and trade, not knowing that the candle is dropping on lower time frame. So if you don't have huge account, please don't trade anyhow. But if you have which account, you are free to trade any simple signal you are seeing, and always manage your account, because that is your strength. The account, the money you have is your strength. If you lose it, you have lost your strength. You will not be smiling when you are losing it. So please follow this simple instruction and you will not regret you do so. Add these two together. You already have this one before now. So all you need to do is to add up this one for clarity. This is what you should be having. If you followed the last video I did, this is what you should be having, something like this. So please follow the instructions and you will definitely smile home. GDFX.